precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The proposal to impose emergency regulations was passed by a majority of 81 votes in Parliament yesterday. The inoculation of those over 20 years of age began yesterday in Colombo, Gampaha, Galle and Kaluthura districts. Presidential Task Force for Economic Revival and Poverty Elimination has requested those who are eligible to receive the 2,000 rupee allowance and has not received the allowance to make an appeal. Daily COVID cases count hits 3,182 yesterday. Sri Lanka records 180 new COVID-related deaths. The Ministry of Transport has launched an accelerated program to repair ambulances that have been taken out of service due to various reasons. On news overseas, Taliban claim to have taken Panjshir Valley. In sports, England's batting disintegrated in the face of an inspired India, who won the fourth test by 157 runs to take a 2-1 lead in the series. Local news in detail now. The proposal to impose emergency regulations was passed by a majority of 81 votes in Parliament yesterday. 132 votes were received in favour of the proposal while 51 opposed the proposal. Samaki Jana Balavegaya, Tamil National Alliance and Janata Vimukti Peramuna voted against the proposal. Taking part in the debate, Minister Rohitha Abegunawardena said that the government's responsibility is to provide essential goods at reasonable prices to the public even amid difficulties. The Good Governance government has shown that emergency law is not needed to take revenge from the opponents. Therefore, the minister said emergency regulations will not be used to take revenge from anyone. He added it is more dangerous than a war if there is shortage of food amid the pandemic. Minister Douglas Devananda said that even powerful countries are facing challenges due to the pandemic. Therefore, he said that government's program to control COVID should be supported without trying to get narrow political gains. Parliamentarian S.M. Marika said that introducing emergency regulations to control food is an obstacle to the tourism industry. He said that their party would stand up for the democratic rights of the people. Taking part in the debate, Minister Vasudeva Nanayakara said it is suitable to use emergency regulations to defeat trade terrorism. The State Minister, Channa Jayasumana, says vaccination drive for the whole people who are 30 years of age will be completed by next week. The inoculation of those over 20 years of age began yesterday in Colombo, Gampaha, Galle and Kaluthura districts. Vaccination also carried out at the same centres where the vaccination programs are currently underway in these districts. Colombo Municipal Council Chief Medical Officer Dr. Ruwan Vijayamuni said CMC vaccination centres are located at the Sugatadasa Outdoor Stadium, Jinthupitiya MOH Office, Campbell Park, Forbes Road Community Hall, Shalika Hall and Roxy Garden. Meanwhile, school children will be administered with the Pfizer vaccine once the health clearance is obtained. The Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry reports that another 937 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 in Sri Lanka, moving the daily total of new cases to 3,182 yesterday. This brings the total number of confirmed cases of coronavirus reported in the country to 465,949. As many as 386,509 recoveries and 10,320 deaths have been confirmed in Sri Lanka since the outbreak of the pandemic. The Epidemiology Unit's data showed that 69,120 active cases are currently under medical care. The total number of people who fell victim to COVID-19 infection in Sri Lanka soared yet again as 180 more fatalities were confirmed by the Director General of Health Services yesterday. The new development has pushed the official death toll from the virus outbreak in Sri Lanka to 10,320. According to the data released by the Department of Government Information, the latest victims include 97 males and 83 females. As many as 133 deaths were reported among elderly people who are aged above 60 years. In addition, 40 individuals aged between 30 to 59 years and 7 below 30 years have also succumbed to the virus infection. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news. We continue with more stories here at home. The Ministry of Transport has launched an accelerated program to repair ambulances that have been taken out of service due to various reasons. As the first step, 10 ambulances of the Ministry of Health are scheduled to be repaired. They would be repaired at the Laktiva Engineering Private Company affiliated to the Transport Ministry. Chairman of the company, Kushan Vegadapala, said that they have all facilities to do the repairs. A special Pirit chanting program commences today at Anuradhapura Mirisavattya Chaitya premises with the sole objective of eliminating the corona pandemic from the world. This will be held till the 13th of this month. Chancellor of the Rajarata University, Dr. Itala Ikmenyanatilakatera, said all arrangements have been made to conduct the Pirit chanting program from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Many dignitaries, including Minister Namal Rajapaksa, S.M. Chandrasena, and officers from Ministry of Buddha Sasana, are expected to attend this spiritual program. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Presidential Task Force for Economic Revival and Poverty Elimination has requested those who are eligible to receive the 2,000 rupee allowance and has not received the allowance to make an appeal. Appeals can be handed over to district secretaries and divisional secretaries. The government provided the 2,000 rupee allowance for low-income recipients who lost their livelihood due to quarantine curfew. The task force said that granting of the allowance has been completed.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watch Light.
A special gazette notification has been issued recently setting a maximum retail price of 3,000 rupees per oximeter. In recent days, some pharmacies have been selling oximeters at exorbitant prices, and there have been reports that some stores are selling substandard oximeters. Minister Rambukwala stated that steps will be taken in the future to provide a proper standard and set a maximum price for more such medical and health equipment.
World News.
World News headlines. Taliban claim to have taken Panjshir Valley. New bill will limit tech giants' power to remove content, says Bolsonaro. 6 Palestinian prisoners escape Israeli jail through tunnel. World News in detail. The Taliban have declared victory over the province of Panjshir northeast of the capital Kabul, the final pocket of territory which has remained outside their rule. The group posted footage online of their fighters raising their flag there yesterday. Resistance fighters, however, said they were still present in all strategic positions and continue to fight. Their leader has called for a national uprising against the Taliban. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro has signed a decree aimed at restricting the powers of social media companies to remove accounts and content. Mr. Bolsonaro said a change of regulations was needed to combat the arbitrary removal of profiles. He said the new legislation would help protect freedom of speech. Throughout the coronavirus pandemic, Twitter and Facebook have removed many posts shared by the president and his supporters that were deemed misleading. Finally, on world news, Israeli authorities have launched a manhunt after 6 Palestinian prisoners escaped from one of the country's most secure jails overnight. The men are believed to have dug a hole in the floor of their cell at Gilboa prison, then crawled through a cavity and tunneled beneath the outer wall. Officials were alerted by farmers who noticed them running through fields. The fugitives include a former leader of the militant group Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade and 5 Islamic Jihad members. That's on World News.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, #1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
On development news, Burthakanda Balsapagulla Road has been in a dilapidated condition for more than 10 years and is being renovated with carpeting structure. The road, stretching 6 kilometers, has been the main access route to many villages. The road is being developed under 100,000 kilometer road development project.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, #1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
And on sports news, England's batting disintegrated in the face of an inspired India, who won the 4th test by 157 runs to take a 2-1 lead in the series. Set an unlikely 368 for victory, or more realistically looking to bat out the 5th day, England were dismissed for 210 on a blameless pitch at the Kia Oval. Hasib Hamid made 63 before becoming the first of 4 wickets to fall for only 6 runs. India pace bowler Jasprit Bumrah was sensational, reverse swinging the ball at 90 meters per hour. The delivery he produced to bowl Johnny Bairstow was near unplayable. Bumrah ended with 2 for 27. Shardul Thakur and Ravindra Jadeja also took 2 wickets apiece, and Umesh Yadav picked up the final 3. Moving on to the scores, India batted first and made 191 in their first innings and 466 in their second innings. England, in reply, made 290 in their first innings and bowled out for 210 in their second innings. The third and final ODI between Sri Lanka and South Africa will be played today at R. Premadasa Stadium as a day and night encounter. Sri Lanka and South Africa have won 1 each in the previous 2 one-day matches. Therefore, this match will be a thriller and deciding encounter. Sri Lanka has made few changes in its team composition. The match will commence at 2:30 p.m. local time, but the main deciding factor is rain. Let's hope and pray that a match with at least 40 overs per side will be worked out today.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Kalani Valley Plantations plc, a member of the Haley's Plantations sector, set a new global benchmark for the plantations industry as all 10 of its rubber estates received the world's first Sustainability Framework certificates from Preferred by Nature, an international non-profit organization that supports better land management and business practices with a focus on sustainability, nature, and the climate.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
And on economic news, in line with the government's policy of developing regional industrialization, the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka recently entered into a supplementary agreement with JJ Mills Lanka to lay foundation to an initial investment of $4 million to establish operations in the Kapalture Industrial Zone in Trincomalee. The agreement, which was signed by Sanjay Mohattala, Chairman BOI, and B. Sri Kumar, Managing Director JJ Mills Lanka, will boost much-needed economic activity and generate employment opportunities for local communities in eastern Sri Lanka. A subsidiary of JJ Mills India, this is the fifth expansion project of its kind for JJ Mills Lanka, which was established in 2000.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Weather report. The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at times in Sabaragamu and central provinces. Several spells of showers will occur in western and northwestern provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in Batticaloa and Ampara districts, particularly in the evening or night. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere. Fairly strong gusty winds up to 40 to 50 km per hour can be expected in the western slope of the Central Hills, northern, north-central and northwestern provinces and in Hambantota and Trincomalee districts. This weather report was published this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com predicts that Colombo weather would be generally bright during the day, but there will be cloudy weather in the afternoon. Today's daytime temperature would be around 29 Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 26 Celsius and there will be scattered showers in selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 27 Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index is 16, which shows fair condition in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. That's our weather update, and back to the headlines. The proposal to impose emergency regulations was passed by a majority of 81 votes in Parliament yesterday. The inoculation of those over 20 years of age began yesterday in Colombo, Gampaha, Galle and Kaluthara districts. Presidential Task Force for Economic Revival and Poverty Elimination has requested those who are eligible to receive the 2,000 rupee allowance and has not received the allowance to make an appeal. Daily COVID cases count hits 3,182 yesterday. Sri Lanka records 180 new COVID-related deaths. The Ministry of Transport has launched an accelerated program to repair ambulances that have been taken out of service due to various reasons. News overseas, Taliban claimed to have taken Panjshir Valley. In sports, England's batting disintegrated in the face of an inspired India who won the fourth test by 157 runs to take a 2-1 lead in the series. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news, and it's back to Soundi this morning to give you some good company for the next few hours.